Okay guys, so we're going to look at some more masking techniques, or just going to do another exercise on that. And it's pretty simple, but something you can get done today. It's going to be called Levitation Exercise, and I know that sounds weird, but if you just go look at your Google Classroom and look for this assignment called Levitation Exercise. Let's see, I'll show you. So it'll look like this. Click here. Let's look at our instructions. Make the man look like he is floating. You can use the masking tool or the lasso tool. It should look believable that he is floating. You might consider adding shadow on the mattress to emphasize that he's not touching the ground. So we're gonna look at the whole aspect of like space and how objects fit in space, and we're gonna use Photoshop to do that. So if you look right here, now your computer might be weird like mine, and it might say not, what does it say, problem viewing it. So all you gotta do is right click or secondary click, open link in new tab, and I went ahead and did that for both. So you'll see that both of these images, you have this empty room, and then you have this the same room with this guy resting on a bucket. And the idea here is to make him look like he's floating. So what I've done is I'm going to download these images. So download that guy, and there we go, I got them. I'm going to download this one. So those are both in my downloads, and I'm going to go ahead and go into Photoshop. So if you don't remember how to do that, click on the rocket ship and scroll through here till you find Adobe Photoshop. And yeah, so I've got that. I'm going to hit open. I'm going to look for those two files. Now I just downloaded them, so they're right here. So I'm going to click on one and hold shift and click on the other one, and I'm just going to open both of them. If you hold shift, it makes it where you can select multiple images. Alright, so if you look up here, look at my tabs up here, you'll see that I've got the blank one and the other one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag this onto the other tab so that both images are in the same workspace. So I've got my move tool. You can hit V to select your move tool, and you click on the image, and I'm still holding the click down. And I drag my cursor over to the top of this, and I'm bringing my cursor down on top. And you see, now I have both images. So look right here, I've got two layers, the one with the guy and the one without the guy. So let me do that again for y'all. So you have two images, two tabs. Empty room, man in room. So man in room, I'm going to get my move tool, and I'm going to click on him, hold your mouse pad down or your trackpad down, and then just scoot your cursor over to this tab, the empty room tab, and I'm going to drag my cursor down on top and let go, and boom, there he is. So now I'm going to line things up just cause. Alright, and this is real small, so I'm going to hit Command 0. Command 0 makes your image fit to your screen. Okay, and I'm going to use my wow, that's huge. I'm going to use you could use your lasso tool if you want to select the guy, because what we want to do is get rid of the bucket and everything around him. So I'm going to hide my background layer, and then I'm going to make sure I have the man layer selected, the top layer with the guy. I have that selected, and I'm going to make a selection around this dude. Now this lasso tool, the polygon tool, it's good for some things. Stuff like this, it's kind of more trouble than it's worth. So you could do this and get really, I don't even really want to, yeah. So you could do that, and then you can come hit your layer mask tool, and it gets rid of everything. So it kind of looks like he's floating, and we just got a lot more work to do. But I'm gonna undo that because I don't like it. Command D for deselect, and I'm gonna go choose. You can mess with some of these other lasso tools if you want, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna get my quick selection. And right now my brush is huge, so I'm gonna hit the brackets, the left bracket. So next to the P on your keyboard, I don't know if you can see this. These brackets will adjust the brush size. So that makes it smaller, this makes it bigger. Okay? So I'm gonna make it smaller, and I'm just going to start with, oh, okay, so I don't like that. Command D, make my brush a little smaller, and I'm actually going to zoom in a little bit. Command plus will zoom in. So you see, when you zoom in, it starts to see things a little bit clearer. Okay, and it'll let you, yeah, so I got that. Okay, and so I've got my selection, and I feel pretty good about the selection. There's some stuff, oh, that's a good one, I need to find that, but let's see, this orange, I'm not super concerned. I'm going to try to get the rest of that thumb, okay. Everything else, I'm okay with that. Oh, okay, I didn't really want to do that. If I hit Option, I don't know, you'll kind of be able to see how the cursor changes when I hit Option, and it changes from a plus sign to a minus sign, and it'll take away some of your selection. So I'm going to do that. All right. I really want to make sure I see, oh gosh, Command Z. All right. All of his fingers. So I'm going to try to extend that just a little. That's what happens when you... All right, I'll fix that later. There's an easy way to fix that. So I've got my selection. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and I make sure you have this background layer hidden because it makes it easier to see stuff. So I'm going to hit Layer Mask tool. And so we get that sort of checkerboard, that gray and white checkerboard, and it shows us what all we've masked out. And I can reveal the background layer and see, okay, looks pretty good. Kind of looks like he's floating. Let me get my move tool. I'm going to move him up a little bit because, you know, what's the point if you can't be like crazy? All right. So when you move him, you'll see some stuff revealed, like the orange around his legs that I need to get rid of. So this orange that I left on his hand, you know, in some areas it may not, well, no, and everywhere. It's very noticeable, especially on that blue curtain and up here too. So what I'm going to do is zoom in, and I'm going to use my brush tool to adjust the mask. Now, really important is you need to make sure you click the layer mask. If you have your layer selected, the actual photo, and you go to paint, it's gonna actually paint it white, and we don't want that. So you need to make sure you have your layer mask selected. And you see, if you look at this little square and you see that his selection is white and everything else is black, just know, like, whenever you paint white on the layer mask, you're actually revealing stuff. So you see how things are being exposed whenever I paint white on there. So what I want to do is hide more stuff. So I'm going to change my color to black. You can click right here, this little crooked arrow, or you can hit the letter X and that'll switch it around. And if you don't have black and white selected, you can hit the letter D, and that's default colors, so it'll switch it around for you and give you, or not switch around, it'll give you black and white. So I have black selected. I'm going to make my brush a little smaller, and I'm just going to come in and hide this stuff. Okay, so this is just a way to refine your mask. All these little orange hazes I want to get rid of. This dark orange I'm going to get rid of. And I have a, well, no I don't. Let's see. Oh yeah, I've got a softer brush selected. And I'm using just my mouse because I don't have my tablet plugged in. But with a tablet, this actually gets a little bit easier. Now, it's going to get weird because this picture's not great quality. I think it's like 72 pixels per inch. So I'm going to just zoom in real crazy far. Try to get all that orange out. Zoom out. Oh. Alright. So I still have a little bit of an orange haze. Like right here, I want to get rid of that. Okay with this. Let's see. I'm gonna brush a little bit bigger, and you want it to be soft because you see how it's real like pixelated right there. If you get a soft brush and sort of bump the edge around, it's a little bit smoother. It does like a gradient mask. Should be a lesson in working with better quality images. Okay. I'm okay with this. I think I could maybe get a little bit more of this out of here. There we go. Okay with that. Okay with that. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Get control of yourself, Photoshop. Okay. Yeah. Right here. You know, I kind of am okay with some of that orange haze, just because it kind of helps distinguish where the pants are, but you know, I don't know. You want it to be more realistic looking. So I'll let you have artistic liberty on that part. Okay, so I got all this. All right, looks good. Feel okay with that. Maybe something weird happened to his foot. What's going on over here? Okay, look at that. That's weird. All right, so this is where I need to reveal some stuff. So I'm gonna get my brush, hit the letter B, and it gives you your brush tool. And you want white. So I'm just gonna, something with that selection, it like took out part of his feet. Okay, let me just help reveal it. Okay. Not bad. Is this, looking under his knee, is that him? Or, yeah, okay, so that's another one I need to fix. Brush tool, black, get rid of that real quick. Okay, all right, I feel okay with this. So, you know, right here, it looks okay. It looks like he's floating. It's not bad. Maybe think about adding like a drop shadow. So if I oh, what is it? Oh, that's cool. That's not what I wanted though. So, just fun fact, if you hit Command and click on the mask, it selects the whole thing. Deselect. Shift, click on this, it will hide your mask. And there's something right here. You see how there's this shadow underneath him. There's light above him. This tells us there's going to be a shadow under him. So we need to make sure we put a shadow on the other one. So let me shift, click on that. That's gone. Okay, you don't have to worry about that part, but just know that you need to make a shadow. So I'm going to get my brush. And you know what? Let's look at that shadow again. Okay, so it does kind of fade a little bit. So this is where some of your drawing skills will come into play. You can take your burn tool and click on the background layer. You have to unlock it like I just did. So it's real easy. You just click on that lock. And then you can burn right on top of it, and it kind of shows a shadow. So the deal is, every time you paint over it, it's going to make it darker. It's like a pencil. Like if you start with a light pencil and you just keep layering and layering and layering, it's going to get darker. So you're technically like burning this bottom layer. And I'm kind of okay with that shadow. I don't know. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I like that. But just so you know, like if you keep clicking in the same area, it gets darker. So you could do that. That's one way. Let's get rid of all that. You could also get your brush, make it, you can look at different blend modes, like overlay. Let's see what happens there. Nothing. Oh, it's because I'm on the wrong layer. Okay. Let's go back here. Let's try it on this layer. Nope, not overlay. Don't want that. Let's see if what happens? I change it up. Oh, okay. Honestly, I don't ever really mess with those, so I'm not going to do that right now. Let's just do normal. And what I'm going to do is I want black. That's why. Huh. Anyways, I want black, and I'm going to change my opacity to like 30%. Okay, and honestly, since we're painting this, you could do another layer and just work on that layer so you're not messing with the original image. And then it's a lot easier to go back and erase. So you can mess like that. It's not bad. It's a little general of a shape, so maybe I get my eraser and try to make it look like him. I don't know that it, yeah. Maybe something like that. Oh, okay, easy killer. Yeah, so just play with it a little bit. Same thing with this. If you, that's a little dramatic shadow. I'm gonna stick with that. And that, my friends, is complete. So what you do here is, like, this was done really well. I don't know. This was done so good. No, this is done to believable. Okay, this is a believable levitation thing. So what you would do then is hit File and Save As, or Save, either one, and then whatever you want the name to be. Riddles Levitation. And just remember where you save it, okay? I like to put it on desktop and go to Photoshop. You can save it as a Photoshop file. It shouldn't be that big. And just hit save and then go turn in. Oh, let's do the whole thing because it asks some questions. So I'm going to put it on my desktop, change the name, Levitation, and save, and then it'll ask you maximize compatibility. Okay, there you go. So then if you go and look on your desktop, boom, there's the Levitation, and you're going to turn that in. Yeah, so that is today's assignment. You should be able to get that done pretty quick. All right, have a good one.